Hey yo, hey yo, hey yo. Okay, we have more and more people who are joining the webinar. That's going to be pretty awesome. So we're gonna just wait for a few minutes, but please, once you join, please tell us, can you hear us? Can you see us? Can you see me, Ilya? Can you see Nick? Tell us.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, good start.
Yes, okay. The voice, the sound is okay? Yeah. All good. Okay. All good.
Also here?
So with yes.
Perfect.
Yes. Okay, awesome. We're gonna start just in 1 or 2 minutes, so it's all good. But before we start, please tell us, hey, from your location. So hey from like Poland, hey from New York, hey from Copenhagen, hey from Amsterdam, hey from Houston. Oh my God.
Ooh.
Wow. Hey from the Netherlands. Okay, hey, oh, Montreal, Pakistan, San Diego, Vienna,
Nice.
France, Stockholm, Ukraine, Las Vegas, Sao Paulo, Mexico City, Amsterdam. Oh my God, I do really love the fact that every single time I ask the same question, like, hey, where are you from? And so on and so forth. But it just feels like, wow, it's so exciting to see so many people around the world spending just their valuable time right now with us to find some, valuable tactics, strategies about outbound sales. So I'm usually extremely happy. So while we are waiting for more and more people who are joining, because it usually takes a few minutes to start. From Prague. Okay, pretty cool. So while we are waiting for more and more people who are joining, and that's still like they need a few minutes to join. There are a few things here. That the first one, we will have the recording and we'll send you the recording. But the most important thing is that during the webinar, Nick will show to you how to find the ideal contacts and ideal potential clients. And moreover, Nick will show you, and we can send you your ideal customer profile. So the contacts that fit your ICP. So you will come to Nick and say, hey, Nick, my ICP is like this, some startups in San Diego or blah, blah, blah. And Nick will send to you, but not to everyone, because I understand like everyone wants to get like the free list of leads and contacts verified and so on and so forth, but only to 5 people. And the most important thing is that what you will only need to do is to connect with Nick and myself and Ilya on LinkedIn and say the password. But the password will tell you, and we'll reveal the password only at the very end of the webinar. So that's basically it, right? So that's a fair deal. If you stay with us till the very end, during the next 30 or 35, probably 40 minutes, you will know the password. You can come to Nick, and Nick will send you a sample example of contacts that you can take, grab, and start reaching out to them right away, right now, for free, using some information, some data from Nick, and plus you can also use the free trial of Expandi, so you can do and start your LinkedIn outreach campaigns right away today. So free to start. The only thing is you need to say the password. That's the only thing.
Secret password.
Yes, that's a secret password. So we'll reveal it in like 25-30 minutes. We'll reveal that secret password. Just take this password, come and go to LinkedIn, connect with Nick, connect with me, and say, hey, Ilya, hey, Nick, here is the password. And then Nick chooses 5 of you and send you free data, like free samples of contacts that you can grab and start using, for example, Expandi to send connection messages and start generating leads right away. So we just want to give you a bit more value just right away. And the password is not password. Don't try to cheat this. That's like the password is not password, okay? The word password is not the password. So yeah, that's basically it for those who watch this video in the recording. So unfortunately, you won't be able to use this password, but what you will be able to do, we'll leave all the links in the description so you can leverage those Ocean.io and Expandi and start using those products, to leverage your outbound motion. So that's basically it. And it's already okay. It's already a lot of time. Like I already spent too much time. So let me start. Are you ready? Hey, people, just tell us yes or no. Just say yes, and I'm starting. Yes. Okay. No, people try to guess passwords. Nah, so I will not reveal you the password. Yes. Okay. Let's go. So first of all, we know that outbound sales is a pretty important thing, but 90% of people don't know how to do that. That's why we started talking to A-level players on how to leverage outbound, how we started talking to them about how they leverage outbound and how they can help you with that. That's why today we have Nick from Ocean.io. Nick is a community manager. So Nick, how are you doing?
I'm doing pretty well, pretty well. And it sounds like people are doing well as well. So that's well.
Woo! Okay, awesome. We don't have
okay, they work.
Like let's not waste the time. Let's switch to the content itself. Nick, can you please share your screen and start showing and reveal some cool secrets?
I'm not gonna say what it stands for, but I see someone in comments saying LFG.
I guess it's let's go.
Something like that.
Let's go. Yeah.
Yes. So, first of all, are you seeing my screen now?
Hopefully. I do, but people, yes or no? Can you see the screen? Yes. And you see the deck, right? Yes. Okay. Awesome. Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Just again, I am Nick from Ocean.io. I'm the community manager sitting here in our headquarters in Copenhagen, Denmark. Good to see so many people from all over the world. And I'm going to do this brief until we just jump into Ocean and see how it can hopefully help you in your lead generation outbound activities. But just a little bit of context, because as Ilya said, there are so much saturation in the market, and a lot of people are unfortunately not quite there yet. And one of the reasons is that we see that the market is shifting away from the spray and pray method. The outbound market has been the Wild West for so long now. And unfortunately, it's not quite there yet because data has never been easier to get get your hands on, sorry. You can get emails, you can get phone numbers, you can get LinkedIn accounts everywhere, and you can just start spraying. But we are seeing that the most successful companies at this are the ones with the clearly defined ICPs and who can leverage how to find them and start using that as a structured approach in your outbound activities. And in accordance to this, we also see that some of the tech giants, LinkedIn, Google, as Google in this example, they're starting to really be tough on people who are doing too much activity, too much into the spam folders, not targeted enough. So if we cannot convince you that for the prospect's sake to slow it down, then at least for your own sake, be careful out there. And the last thing I just wanted to focus on is, this is an example that's actually from our own previous outbound activities. We had an agency that did all the wrong things, so I thought it'd be funny to share this example with you. If you see the PS snippet in the bottom, it says someone gave you a stellar recommendation. That is not what we call real personalization and outreach. So I just want to say, be careful, because there's a lot of AI personalization going on out there. And some of it is great. We have some of the companies in our space that are really good at this, but also be careful, because to be true personalization, you cannot really do it in bulk. So if we have to say anything to you, focus on value, relevance, and targeting. Repeat those 3 words and you're good to go. So before we jump into it, how can Ocean and Expandi help you achieve this, you ask? I am glad you ask. As simply said, we help you create and reach out to the hyper-targeted relevant leads. And how do we base this? Lookalikes of your best fit customers. Now, are you intrigued? I hope so, because some of you might be thinking, what the hell is he talking about? So I think I should just...
I'm intrigued. I'm intrigued.
Okay, I
Let,
just need one. I just need one. That's enough.
yeah. We have more. We have more people here. But overall, like guys, we all know that you cannot send millions of LinkedIn messages just because of some restrictions. You cannot send billions of cold emails because they're like, if you're doing something wrong and if you're going like just a little bit higher, then they're all going to spam. Do you need this? No, you don't. Do we need this? No, we don't. That's why like Nick prepared a pretty awesome technique, and it's called Lookalike audience. I didn't know about this as well before we talked, so I'm pretty sure that you will like that. So yes, Nick, sorry for interrupting.
No, always welcome when you deliver value. Just to clarify, I didn't develop this. I'm just using it and benefiting from it, so that's nice. So, did my screen share? Do you see the Ocean platform now? Yes or no? Yes. Perfect. So this is what it's all about. Let's see how we can deliver some value. So just very briefly, there are a lot of people here from all over the world. You all work in sales, lead generation in some way, shape, or form. So I am sure that you are aware of tons of systems out there, data platforms, LinkedIn, Apollo, you name it. And as I said, it's never been easier to gather data. You can always find companies, you can find people, you can find contact information. Data has become a commodity in that sense. But in relation to all the things that Ilya mentioned and I mentioned earlier, we need to find those that we can help the best, and we need to deliver value, and it needs to be relevant for it to make sense. Otherwise, it becomes spam, we get shut out, nobody wins. So one way to do this that I like to say, have created here at Ocean is the lookalike approach. Because what you might be used to is you have to make an account list, you want to do a campaign. You go into industry tags and you find something that is either in a company registry or you find on LinkedIn, and then you say, okay, let's go for IT or computer software. However, this is not always a great approach because it becomes incredibly broad. And as soon as you are that broad in your targeting, it means that you have to take a step back and refine your ICP to really hit the nail on what it is that you deliver value for, who it is. So instead of using industry tags, which you can, by the way, also do in Ocean, however, they're not as generic, they are actually AI generated, but we're going to focus on this one, lookalike targeting. And how does it work if you're not using industry tags, you might ask? I am glad you asked. You actually provide it with specific examples of companies. Ideally, this is your best fit customers, but it could also just be great fit prospects that you know you can help, but they're not necessarily your customer, at least not yet. And when is this for, you think? Okay, yes, we get the idea. We need to be clear on our ICP. We need to create relevance, but there are certain use cases where it's a better idea than others. If you are targeting in your campaign very specific companies, a niche, a sub-vertical, and you want to be very specific in that, it's great. It can also be that you have gathered some social proof within your industry that you really want to leverage on and make targeted campaigns to them. Or it can be that you're actually planning to make a bigger campaign, let's say the IT companies we're talking about, but you want to segment the ICPs further. So you not only you might be able to deliver relevance to all of them, but you want to convey the relevance in the messaging. So you don't just say, we work with IT companies. No, we work with this, this, and that. So let's, what do you say, Elias? Should we go with an example? Show the flow?
Yeah, definitely. Let's do this.
You're holding your breath.
Yeah. I'm just really excited because, I'm agree with you. Like everyone knows that it's not a problem to find someone's email, right? It's not a problem to find someone's LinkedIn profile. Is it a problem? No, it's not. Like everyone knows about this. But what is the real problem, and I agree with that, is that how to find the relevant audience, the sales-ready audience, the people who actually fit your target audience. That's the real question. That's why, Nick, move on.
Yes. I just we can go through everything in the Q&A, and you're more than welcome to ask questions. But I just thought to keep it simple, let's go with one example, and we move along the way of the workflow. And then please feel free to spam me with questions afterwards, but only spam in this context. So let's imagine that some of you might be lead generation agency owners out there, and you are working with a number of different clients, but the further you get, the more you refine your ICP, the more you understand who you actually are meant to help, you are best for. So let's say that you have a client that you're doing great for. They work with contract management software or digital signature, same thing. That is a fairly specific subvertical within the overall realm of IT software, but that's where you're really nailing it. And you think, okay, I'm doing well in the, let's say, the European market. Now I want to expand into the US, but I want to take the same core ICP that I know what kind of issues they have. I know their pain points. I know what they solve for others. So I want to take that and duplicate it so I can close more clients like that. So let's say this one. This is a Swedish vendor of the exact same thing as I mentioned, contract management software, digital signature. What you do in Ocean is you simply type in the URL, boom. What you get here is, and bear with me, I know there's a lot of stuff going on the screen right now, a lot of data. But what I want you to focus on is, mind you, that I didn't type in an industry tag. I didn't type in anything, no text whatsoever. I just said, based on one flow, give me more. So what Ocean does is it goes in, it reads the context, that's the AI working, of what is OneFlow actually doing. We don't really care what they put in their LinkedIn industry tag. We don't really care how big they are with market. We're looking at what are they actually doing. And based on that, it says, here is a list of companies that are doing the same thing. And it labels them and ranks them after the so-called lookalike relevance percentage. So we see a number of companies here, and it simply just ranks them saying DocuSign, which I'm sure a lot of you are familiar with. They are doing pretty much exactly the same thing, which is pretty cool, because afterwards you can always filter for the other firmographic things that you usually do when you do your list building. You can even, let's say we got 440 matches, and this is worldwide. You can actually alter the algorithm a little bit further. So you say, okay, this is based on OneFlow. They are doing a fairly specific thing, but I just want to put in some more that I know, just to be 100% certain that the algorithm knows what I'm looking for. And I'm Danish, by the way, so I know Contract Book. They're doing exactly 97% the same thing. And just look at the other, okay, we got PandaDoc. They are also doing the same thing. So I can actually add them to my search. And all of a sudden I got a little bit over 1,300 companies, because I'm telling the algorithm, this is what I want. And now it understands usually 3 inputs is the sweet spot in this context. So now
Nick,
I've already generated a list. I haven't typed in a word. I don't even know anything except from OneFlow is a great client, and the 2 others I've heard about, they do the same thing. Pretty awesome, right? What do you think, Ilya?
To be honest, I love it so much, because I don't know about you guys, but I usually hate the fact that I need to go to Sales Navigator, choose like industry, like IT, and every single company, like that's literally every single company names itself like IT or software development, and it's so huge range of companies. And for me, it's usually hard to find like, hey, I want companies like this one. And I know that it might be the problem for a lot of people. So my question is to everyone right now. So please share 1 or 2 or 3 examples of the domains or like the companies that you would like to test right now with Ocean Clear, and find like competitors or similar companies. Nick will just choose 1 or 2 and we'll show you the example. So just share the names, like share the names, the domains. We'll try it out. And now and while you're doing this, Nick, please go on. After that, I will come back to you with the list of domains. You will choose whatever you want, okay?
Yeah, we could do this all night. Yeah, so yeah, please feel free to write something. We'll take it at the end. We're looking for something interesting, so nothing generic. We want to be specific. Let's test this out.
Yeah, don't say Apple or something like this, you know, because
No,
because
please.
I like I could use my own AI generator inside my head and say Samsung, you know, something like this. So just try to be a bit more specific with your targeting. Yeah. So share some domains. Thanks a lot, Nick.
Please.
Go on.
Go nuts. Yes, so let's say that we are incredibly happy with the input companies because we know this is what we're looking for. We feel confident that the algorithm understands what we're looking for. So what we're doing now is pretty similar to what I imagine would be your flow today. We go in and we say, let's go for the US market. So we narrow it down. We're back to 440 companies. Let's say we want something a little bit bigger than we used to. So let's say within this range of employees, we're down to 47 companies now. We could go on in terms of making it more and more specific. We could look into the web technologies, as some of you might have tried in similar systems. In our own case, I can just say that some companies that are using Ocean, they're saying like, oh, we are HubSpot consultants, so let's only contact companies using HubSpot, which makes sense. But you can also try to think it a little bit further, saying when one of our ICPs is the small lead generation agencies that one of you might be a part of. And what we actually look for is something like, we say, okay, who's using Calendly, for example? Is it because that you need to use Calendly to be a good fit for us? Absolutely not. However, it is an indication that if you are using a system like that, that you are high-paced, high traffic, different kinds of meeting activities. So that's an indication that it fits into one of our ICPs. An example of how you can use that. Another example, not relevant for this use case, but if any of you are software developers, app developers, this could be a great fit to sort of narrow it down. E-commerce makes sense. I only want to see those that do it. I only want to see the ones not doing it, and so forth and so forth. There are endless opportunities, but the point is, regardless of whether it's in terms of lookalikes or in terms of filters or whatever it may be, this is about, it's not about seeing that, oh, it's only 47 companies. Oh, that's not big enough. No, we want to make it as specific as possible because we do want to make sure that we can help these companies and that we can communicate it. So we're not saying, oh, yeah, you are a part of a big IT list. Can we sell something to you? No, we want to say, look, we are working with this and we know that your problems are this and this and this. So that's essentially the goal of it. And when you've done all this and you're like, okay, this is great fits. Obviously, as Ilya probably also mentioned in the beginning, there are some tendencies in the market right now that's also focusing on the timing of it. And with Ocean, we partnered up with Bombora, so you can still say, I want everyone looking particularly into sales hiring right now, for example. That is sort of a trigger if you want to sell lead generation services to them. Or just go more straightforward and say, everyone looking particularly into lead generation, consulting services, etc. I want to add that to my list as an extra layer. So I'm not saying, oh, I start with the trigger and then I look at what kind of companies. No, you always want to focus on the good fits and then the trigger can be an additional layer. Now, I hope people are still with me, by the way. What we're going to do now. Okay, perfect. So now we have a very specific list of very specific companies in a specific size, market, all the things that you are used to, but with the focus on the lookalikes, because these are industry tags that you simply cannot find anywhere. You can actually coincidentally find them in Ocean because we AI generate our industry tags, but there are also industry tags you can't find in Ocean, but you can always find it with lookalikes. So now we say, okay, we have 47 companies. That is a decent size for this very specific campaign. We simply press, boom, contacts. So we find all the contacts that are associated with the companies from our list. And as you can see here, it turns out to be quite a lot. So maybe we ought to do a little bit of filtering because not only is this too many to handle, it's also maybe not so relevant to write the financial department about your lead generation services. So nothing new, I assume, from many of you about this, but let's say that, okay, these are American companies, so let's only target people that are actually based in the US to hope they have a little bit more decision power. Obviously, we want to look for the sales department because they are associated with the services we are providing in this instance. And we also want them to be maybe not C-level, it can be a little bit tricky to get through, but we want them to have some decision-making power. So we go with the VP and directorial level. Obviously, you can search for specific titles, but I think if it was me, I would say we have someone from the public sector team here. And to me, that's just too much bureaucracy. So we exclude everyone with the public sector or government and enterprise, because that's also a hassle. So we essentially get our list down to 160 people that are now fit the persona we want to target, and more importantly, fit the ICP we want to target. And you are, of course, welcome to go through them, but this is also meant to be not just very specific finding, but also very efficient. So once we've done this and you've filled out everything you need to, you should be good to go. So what we will do now is you could reveal the emails. It's not necessarily what you would do if you would just go straight for the LinkedIn campaign. But what you'll notice is from some of the systems you might be using today is that they would just give you an email like this one, say, this is a catch-all, maybe it'll say verified, but you have no idea to find out if it's verified or not until it bounces and it hurts your email domain. So what we have done is we say we want to reveal it in real time. And obviously you can do this in bulk, but we want to make sure that if we say this is verified, it better be verified right now and not 6 months ago. But before we go over and do some Expandi magic over at Ilya's table, this is the bad boys that we are looking for, right? The LinkedIn URLs that are associated to all the people. We simply just export it. And I'm not going to do it now because I think Ilya revealed that we cheated a little bit and I sent it to him in advance. But yeah, this is what you would do.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome. What I love about this, it's basically the fact that you can go with lookalike audience and find your competitor or like your competitors, or like try to find the competitors of your clients or similar companies like your client is. So that's what I like. By the way, can we try to test with that with some lookalike audience with some domains? For example, right, like RYTE, because this is what, let me double check. This is what Dimitri shared, ryte.com. Probably this one or some other domains that people shared. Let's try to check it out, whether we gonna find some lookalike or probably some other examples, because right now it's just only with, okay, this is the DocuSign alternative, but let's try some others. Let's just go a little bit creative. Let's just try to, I don't know, some, I don't know, for example, I don't know, Pipedrive. Let's just say, okay, let's try to find Pipedrive in Europe, or only, yeah, something like pipedrive.com, for example. Yep. Yeah, and the company location can be found only in Europe.
Yes. And what I also, maybe you noticed that I forgot to mention it, is that you'll actually see that regardless of the country of the company that you input, the output companies will be all over the place. So the AI algorithm of the lookalike, it translates to all languages. So it doesn't really matter. You can type in, as I did, Scandinavian companies and get US companies out. But I believe we are on the European scale now. Yes.
Oh my God. I didn't expect that. There's so many Pipedrive competitors on the market, like almost 1,000 competitors. And one more thing, like how, just a few questions from the audience. The first one, how old is the intent of those people? Is it that's the question from Marcel. Hey, Marcel, is it possible to find out if they're searching for a specific topic for the first time already since 5 months? So how do you usually update this data? That's about the relevancy of the data.
Are we talking only intent now or in general?
Oh, you can say in general and intent.
Yeah, because those are two very different things, because the relevance of the lookalikes is entirely internally brought by Ocean, and we constantly crawl websites. First of all, some of them might be closing down, so we completely remove those companies from our platform. But in terms of the content or the context vectors that basically define the lookalike relevance, they are 100% based on the content of their website. So if they make an update, then the next month you will see some adjustments. So it's 100%. We go straight to the source and say, we don't want LinkedIn, we don't want any third party to say, what does this company do? We want to hear it from the source themselves. I hope that makes sense, by the way. And in terms of the intent, that is something that we get from, as it said here, Bombora. And the way it works, it's a little bit tricky, but I'll try to make it short. They do this company search with a U. Unfortunately, it sounds like search. And what they do is they look at a company IP address level. So they look at how much does a company interact with certain topics. They have over 12,000 topics, I believe. It's crazy. And so they look at if your general activity level related to a topic, could be lead generation, is always high because you work in that industry, then you might not pop up as having intent, because they know that you are always interacting with this. So it's only if they interact with it more than usual. So they always go in 3 months, they look at what's the general activity level, and within the last 3 weeks, how much have you interacted with that? So it updates every week. Every Tuesday, I believe, the intent is updated. And then we take Bombora's data and put on top of ours. That's why you can mix the lookalike and the intent. I hope that makes sense.
I love it. Yeah, that totally makes sense. By the way, we, like a few webinars ago, we had Tom Simpson, and that was a pretty, like, one of the best specialists who were sharing the buyer intent techniques, and they also used the Bombora software and the whole platform in order to find some specific triggers and how to convert that into the actual sales messages that you can send. So I guess that some part of our audience are already aware with this software. So definitely it's a bit unclear how they exactly work, but it's clear that the final result is that, okay, the company is looking for lead generation or is not looking for lead generation. That's basically what we all know. By the way, the last question, like a super simple one before we move to the next point, is are you compliant with GDPR? Because I know where the company based on, so I just want to make sure, are you GDPR compliant? That's the question from Rudy.
Yes, I am happy to share with you, Rudy, that yes, we are. Except from the intent data from Bombora, everything we get is sourced by ourselves. We don't buy any data from third-party sources, and that's why you'll not be able to find direct phone numbers in Ocean as you can in a lot of other data platforms, who, however, are also facing some legal issues with this, especially regarding GDPR. The emails that we fetch, the reason why we also do it in real time is because we want to make sure, is this publicly available right now? And if it is, then yes, then we can verify it. But no phone numbers, no third-party data, 100% GDPR compliant.
Wow, I love it so much. By the way, in just like, I guess 10 minutes, like 5, 7, 10 minutes, you will be able to get a free data sample, like there's some list of contacts from Nick, and Nick will do this with Ocean.io software and find like people who match your ICP, probably using lookalike audience, probably not, depends on your ICP, and we'll send it to you, but only to 5 of you. For this, what you will need to do is that you need to connect with Nick, and I will send to you right now the link, and connect with me on LinkedIn and say the password, and we'll share the password just in 5 or 7 minutes. So just be with us for the next 5 or 7 minutes, and we'll share with you the password. Okay? So, Nick, we have right now the list of people. I mean, like we already downloaded this CSV file. Well, like I won't be lying. So we already did the same, and Nick already downloaded this CSV file. And of course, it's pretty important to have people to find relevant, extremely hyper targeted people. But you have to do one more simple thing, one more simple step. You need to reach out to them, right? So let me share my screen so I can show to you as super simple, but like I know that lots of people know about this, but I will show you like easily and quickly how to make those things faster. So let's go, and here my screen. Just let me know whether you can see my screen. Can you see my screen? Just say yes or no. Yes. Yes. Nick, can you see my screen?
Yes, now I can.
Okay, it took a while. I don't know. Zoom, what's going on? So, okay, we all know that right now, what Nick did, just went on ocean.io, find companies and alternatives to those companies that are similar, 100%, like 92% similar to your target audience. What you do next, you find people who match your ICP or targeted persona. You find only people who are like pretty good in terms of seniority level. And you download all of them and you have their all LinkedIn profiles. You cannot always find emails because sometimes you can find like catch all emails, or sometimes it's impossible to find the emails, and that's what happens. But sometimes you can find email. That's definitely true. But what you can always have is the LinkedIn profile, and what you can do, you can reach out to them on LinkedIn. And the most important thing is that here, you all know that there are so many different types of campaigns that the Expandi provides with. So you can send messenger, connector campaign, event inviter, and post engagement campaigns, so many different campaigns. But today I will share with you a simple one, but a smart builder campaign. Again, for everyone who are not familiar, what is this? So whenever you log in to Expandi and create an account, by the way, you can have a free trial of Expandi, so make sure you try it. So once you upload and connect your LinkedIn profile, you can just click add campaign. You have how many? You see how many types of campaigns you have. But what I highly recommend you start doing is click on the campaign builder. So when you click on the campaign builder, you will have the ability to create a really smart sequence that acts, every single next step acts based on the previous one. So for example, like, yeah, we start the campaign. After that, what we do is we check whether this specific person, whether we are connected with this specific person or not. So if yes, then it doesn't make sense for us to connect with them because it's impossible. If we are connected, how can I connect with you one more time? No, I cannot do this. That's why, first of all, we try to check whether we are connected. Because out of those 160 people, probably 5 of them will be your connections already, because you already did some outreach, you already connected with them, you already met them on some networking events or something like this, and you already know them. That's why, okay, we can't connect with all of them, but to some of them, we can send a message or campaign and just say, hey, long time no see. After that, what are we going to do? Definitely, we can send them a message right away, which looks logical, but I always love do a step back. That's the one thing that I love doing. And this is do some engagement, warm up the audience. What that actually means, it means that, okay, I've added those people, I check whether we are connected or not, and based on this, I do one simple thing. I usually go, if we are connected, I go and endorse their skills. Sales, since we are reaching out to salespeople, I usually, endorse their skills, leadership, marketing. Why I do this? Because they will always get a notification on LinkedIn that someone, it's me, Ilya, endorsed their skills. Oh, Ilya endorsed your sales and leadership. Whoa, thanks a lot. Who's Ilya? Yeah, all this vibe. Only after that, I send them a message. The same happens with people who are not my first degree connections, those who are second or third degree connections that I got from Ocean.io. So what I do have here is I come on their LinkedIn profile and like their post. What I can do here is definitely I can say that, okay, I want to like the post that is viral one. Like I only want to like viral posts. So for example, 25 likes or more. Or I can say, for me, it's okay if I like any post that this person shared or posted on LinkedIn. And I want to say that, okay, every single post that this person made and shared during the last 90 days. What that means, it means that, okay, whenever I like the post, the person will get a notification that someone, in our case, Ilya, liked their post. Who is Ilya? You know, I always have this whenever I do some outreach. I always try to warm up the audience so they have this feeling. Okay, who is Ilya? I need to talk. Not I need to talk. I need to remember this guy. What I do next is after that I do one simple thing. Okay, after that I have the follow-up message that looks like this. Hey, like this one. Hey, long time no see. We are connected since, I don't know, millions of years. Going through my network to find out whether I can be helpful with XYZ, with the specific problem, with, for example, with a lead generation for document signing software products, right? That based on your audience. In this case, it's document signing and e-signature products. And hey, going through my network to find out whether I can be helpful with lead generation for e-signature business, right? And then I'm currently doing LinkedIn automation or LinkedIn outreach, and so on and so forth. That's a simple hook. People already understand that, okay, it's not the guy who is just saying, hey, are you currently, like I just came across top salespeople and found you. No, I'm just saying, hey, are you right now solving the lead generation problem for your e-signature business? No, this hook, e-signature, we are e-signature. How did you find out that we are e-signature? Probably you spent some time and did this manually. That's the feeling that we want to reach when we're using some, specific targeting levers like Lookalike targeting with Ocean.io and what we're doing with the Expandi stuff. At the same time, people feel, oh my God, I saw this guy. This guy just liked my post or endorsed my skills. I have this feeling. Just to be honest, always whenever you just set up one more step, like skill endorsement or like post, you always increase your reply rate and acceptance rate, like almost by 2x. It's just a simple step that everyone's missing, but it always increases the conversion rate, like much higher, like almost 2x. Why? Because people have the feeling that they already saw you somewhere. You're not just a random nobody from nowhere. So, okay, but what if we are not connected? In this case, what I usually do is I usually send a mobile connection request. That's a pretty important thing, that we have different types of campaigns, right? Like we have connector campaign, messenger campaign, blah, blah, blah. And LinkedIn has its own limits. So you have limits on sending messages, you have limits on connection with new people. But what we find out as Expandi is how can we increase the limits? How can you send more LinkedIn connection messages? And we thought, what if we are sending messages not through the virtual computer, but from virtual mobile device? Is it going to increase your limits? And basically we found out, yes, it is. It's just increasing your limits. That's why whenever I have this smart builder canvas, I usually try to connect with people through mobile connector requests. So I'm sending messages and connections technically not from the virtual computer that we are using to operate some other stuff on your behalf, but through the mobile device, virtual mobile device. And as a result, LinkedIn, like for you, you can just send more and more connection requests. What do we do next? Okay. After that, in one day, we try to check whether this person accepted our connection request or not. Okay, we have this. If connected, if no, usually we try to check if their email option is open. So if they're open for email. If yes, we send them email message. So we just say, okay, we don't want to send email to everyone. You want to send email messages only to those who didn't accept us. Usually when it comes to acceptance rate, and because of you already like their post, or probably you can do several iterations of liking posts, endorsements, and so on and so forth. And usually your connection request will be pretty high. So you don't need to spend too many email limitations and email credits, to send the message. Okay, that's it. Yeah. But what if we are connected? What if they accept our connection request? What we do next? We send the follow-up message. We go here, we just match it over here, and then we send the message. And the message will be something similar, like, hey, just going through top e-signature companies in specific location that Nick just showed to you, and saw that you are hiring right now for a salesperson. So I thought that why not to connect with you, because we are helping e-signature companies like you are, or like your competitors, I've named some competitors, with a LinkedIn lead generation. So if you're hiring right now a salesperson or a lead generation person, and you are someone similar to our clients, to our top performing clients, why not to talk? That's just a simple thing. What we do after that, we just do, the next step is just delay, and we see whether the people reply to us or not. So if they reply to us, okay, in this case, we just stop the campaign. But if they did not, we are still sending a few more follow-ups. That's basically it. That's a super simple thing that I guess that, okay, you just find companies who match your ICP using lookalike audience. Then with one button, you just download all of them in the CSV file. And after that, what you just need to do is to create not the advanced, but a super simple but nice lead generation flow, where you are not just connecting with people, but trying to warm them up. After that, connect with them and say the word that they want to hear, something that try to make the references to the fact that they're hiring salespeople, or try to make the reference that they have like this amount of revenue, or try to make the reference moreover to the fact that they are DocuSign competitors, or they're just e-signature software business. In this case, your chances to get higher reply rate will be much, much bigger. So that's basically it. Now we still have a few more minutes to answer some questions. But before that, one more time, people, you can get free samples from Nick and Ocean.io, specifically for your target audience. And for this, you need to connect with Nick. And I'm sending right now the link to Nick. Nick, are you ready for that? Yes or no? Connect with Nick.
Connect with me or Ilya and
Ilya, not or, and Ilya, and say, and say one.
Are you ready?
Super simple password. Yes. Will you set the password?
Blue Ocean Leads.
Yeah, you just say Blue Ocean Leads, and Nick will choose, like, among all of you, 5 people, will ask about your ICP, and will share with you a sample of some leads that you can take and send messages right away using Expandi, for example. And that's basically it. So please do this one more time. What you need to do right now is go, like, here, 2 links again, one more time. 2 links. Here are 2 links. The first one, it's, okay, Nick and Ilya. So Nick, boom, and Ilya, it's me. So boom, boom, boom. Ilya, you need to connect with both of us and say the password to both of us, Blue Ocean Leads. And after that, Nick will choose 5 people and will share for free some samples. I will ask about the ICP. Of course, it's pretty important at the end, like not just random leads, of course, not just random contacts, but people who actually match and fit your ICP during today or tomorrow, okay? So that's a small little bonus for all of you. So you can try it out and find, like, use the lookalike audience even without, like, using lookalike audience, but only for 5 people, not everyone. we cannot do this forever. So you have like just 30 or 40 minutes after this call. Please connect with us. And tomorrow, I guess Nick will be able to choose 5 of you. Okay. One more time. Blue
We will find the
Ocean Leads. Yes. Okay. So any questions? What can I offer to be one of the 5? Just you can share a nice meme, or what else? Something, I don't know. Just Blue Ocean Leads, not Blue Ocean Please, but Blue Ocean Leads. Blue Ocean Leads. That's the password. If you just connect with us, that's okay. You just connect with us and we are connections. But if you say Blue Ocean Leads, then you'll be able to win free sample from Ocean and Nick personally. Are you okay with that? So, do you enjoy it?
I hope you guys did. I certainly did.
One more thing. I guess that you will all like it. For those who want, okay, you will get those sample leads. After that, you can go and try Expandi for free, 7 days. Send messages, start generating leads. But for those who want to like leverage Ocean.io, here's the link where you can book a call. I will mention that in the follow-up. Or for those who want to leverage Expandi as well, here's the link to Expandi. You can also get the call, get the call with our salespeople. Again, here is the call. One more thing, you can get a discount, a pretty huge discount. Nick, will you reveal the discount size for the Ocean.io? People who book the meeting with this link.
Yes.
25?
We're exclusively and only for this community. 30% discount for those who book through this meeting.
So, guys, I will mention this in the follow-up and I will share it right now. You can get 30% off on the Ocean.io only from this community. And that will be able only if you book right now, because they will close, you will close this link, right? You told me that you gotta close this link in a few days. So if you don't book it, okay, how can you get this discount? You just go and book a call with their sales team. How can you start using and leverage this data? Just go to Expandi.io. And one more thing is that you can go and get the call with our salespeople as well. And we can here is also the link to Expandi. I will mention all the links in the follow-up section tomorrow. So you will get the recording. You will get a specific bonus. One more time, for people who watch this in the recording, you can start using Ocean, but not with the discount. So you can ask Nick. Probably they will find out something that probably not 30%, probably less, but that's the thing. You can reach out to them. I will mention all the links below if you're watching this on YouTube. But overall, that's the thing. If there are no more questions, Nick, thanks so much for being with us today. Nick?
Well, sorry, I apologize for my connection, but I assume that you asked if I have anything to add.
Yes.
But regardless, I want to say tuning in. This has been a pleasure. I hope to hear from a lot of you guys. And again, I apologize for my connection.
One more time, for those who want to get free samples, only 5 people from Nick, connect with Nick and connect with me, okay? So that's what I just want to say. Okay, again, connect with me, connect with Nick and say Blue Ocean Leads. That's the password. If you don't say it, we're just connections. But if you say it, Nick will be able to, you can win. I'll be one of those 5 people who win this contest and get free leads. And after that, what you can do, if you want to start using Ocean, you can book a call and get a huge discount. And you can set up a call with Expandi and just try Expandi for free. We have free 7 days trial. If you need to expand it, just let me know. I will do something for you and start leveraging both tools. So that's basically it. Love you so much. Have a nice
Well,
day.
thank you for
Thanks
having
a
me. I
lot.
hope you guys get a lot out of it. Reach out to us. Feel free.
Yep. Okay. Bye-bye.